Fine, let's switch on the camera. Where is my sword? 3. I have 3 things to complain about today. 3 as in Dark Souls 3, you're going to break this DVD and feed your iron-deficient fish with it edition. This will be my final rant. Yes, final. As in, there was supposed to be only one Final Fantasy, hence the name, but then they ended up making... How many did they make? Do what? You see, what makes me deliciously different is the fact that I don't sleep easily at night. It's called insomnia, believe it to be a tier 4 level 3 mage spell. Elves only. So I'm left with 2 choices, either stay in bed and switch more stances than Matt Easton and Scalagrim in steroids, or indulge myself in one of the greatest legal drugs ever invented by mankind, Netflix. So here I am browsing through all the different sci-fi dramas and TV series available on the site, and here I find this Falling Skies. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. I mean, I watched the entire thing, all the different series and seasons and whatever, summer, winter. I watched the entire thing. It's a good one, Although I gotta say, I mean, it's really, really patriotic, and I mean it, like really American patriotic. Every single character in that film is like, yeah, man, we are America. And then you get also the aliens towards the end starting saying the same thing, like, yeah, man, you are America. When you finish watching it, you start saying, yeah, man, they're America. Bizarre feeling, I gotta say. But the problem with this is that, it being night, my neighbours complain. So what do? I turn down the volume to 2. And now I have to put on subtitles, regardless of the fact that I spent so many years to learn this language so that I can actually watch these TV series and enjoy the ability of all the actors to express themselves in their language. But no, I gotta read the subtitles anyways. So I put the subtitles on in English, and I'm just, volume 2, so I can barely hear what they're saying. Volume 2 is so low that in comparison, the sound of that mosquito with a crush on you is as loud as a dragon on top of a well-fed knight. And mind you, that mosquito must have a reasonable amount of political sway in its community, considering the fact that the amount of mosquitoes with a crush on me is growing exponentially with each passing day. So I had to come up with a solution, and the solution is Sony wireless headset. Now this is not a product placement. Yeah, never mind, I paid for this. Never mind, Sony sending me stuff for free. So yeah, these are good. These are fantastic. Now I can watch all I want, when I want, while happily sharing my blood with the previously mentioned midget-like suctioning fiend you call mosquitoes. The word happily being purely decorative in this sentence. My blood, which is 55% plasma, which is mostly water, 92% by volume, so they might as well. And I've been telling them since the fall of Rome, but oh no, they like their proteins, don't they? I'm not a flaming walking way, you mother... Not to mention, mosquito is not even English, is it? It comes from Spanish and it means little fly. Little flies? A fly is a much better catch. Well, think about it. What does a fly do? It flies. That is a very well thought name. Little fly for a nastier vampire-like creature. It's like saying, when you see mammoth, oh, don't worry, they're fine, but don't you dare mess with elephants. Look, there is a dragon on top of that mountain. Oh, don't worry about dragons, you hilly-billy. They're fine. The ones you need to be careful of are the wyverns. Problem number 2 is this game, Skyrim. Why do I have this game? And I don't mean the game Skyrim itself, I mean this very copy. Skyrim came out in 2011. 2011, that's a long time ago. And since then, I have bought every single possible version of this game for every single platform, and I don't even know why. They must have some master plan to remove free agency from people, and it works flipping well. Think about it. What is this? This is PS4, because I started when it came out for Xbox 360, and I had an Xbox 360, so I bought it. Then I bought it from PlayStation 3 because I was in Japan, and in Japan I didn't have the Xbox anymore because I had left it in Europe. So what do? Well, I don't play Skyrim, let's just play it for PlayStation 3. So I bought the one for PlayStation 3. And then people started telling me, you console peasant, you need to play it on the PC. Only then you will enjoy the real true graphics, where you'll be able to finally enjoy 13 extra stones near the river that you'll never notice, a fantastic depth of field I don't even like, anti-aliasing now, you can reach X16, so you don't have to play with that ridiculously disgusting graphic. Ridiculously disgusting goodness gracious, I'm 35. When I was a teenager, I used to play this sort of games and the graphics were amazing for us. But now this is disgusting graphics. What's wrong with this generation? Now I also have the PC version so that I can enjoy elaborate furniture with extra pixels. But then the next gen is ready. PS4. What are they gonna make? What are they gonna make? The Elder Scrolls 6? No, Skyrim, but it's special edition. Gosh, you gotta buy this. But hold on a minute. For Xbox 360s, I rebought the game again because now there was the complete edition. That's another one I bought, and now I have to buy. And I bought this one, and then I told myself, like, listen, mate, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. You're a user. You're clearly a user of Skyrim, so you gotta stop. You know, no matter what other version of Skyrim they're gonna come up with, you are not. I'm not gonna buy it, Todd. I'm not gonna buy it, so just stop it. And then they announced Skyrim VR for PSVR. How can I not buy that game? Like, honestly, every time in the last 6 years that eat out for dinner, I paid. My treat. Honestly, mate, I want to know how he did it. Let's ask the doctor. Addiction is a brain disorder characterized by compulsive engagement in rewarding stimuli. Now, considering that survival for most animal species depends upon maximizing contact with beneficial stimuli and minimizing contact with harmful stimuli, I would consider today's lucubrations to be rather paramount. We have several biological processes involved, a group of neural structures which are responsible for the so-called incentive salience. Basically a very strong form of motivation which has several neural and psychological features which distinguish it from more cognitive forms of desire. So the real question is Skyrim an addictive reward stimulus? Does it produce dependence? Well, according to Wikipedia, neuroscience noted, any stimulus, object, event, activity, or situation that has the potential to make us approach and consume it is by definition a reward. There are three possible kinds: primary, intrinsic, and extrinsic. Primary rewards would be palatable food, and I doubt any material used to make Skyrim physically would fit the category. Then we have sexual contact. Well, the DVD does have a hole in its center, but lacking experiential experience with copulation with an object, I don't have enough data to postulate a coherent thesis. Last possible, parental investment. Well, thanks to the DLC Hearthfire, Skyrim fits this category of rewards. Considering the fact that Skyrim fits quite a few categories, I will hereby state Skyrim is an addiction. Problem number three. Problem number three is board games. Perhaps for a more accurate name, board games. Honestly, I love board games. I've got quite a few. Well, not too many, but I've got some good ones. And in fact, I will be talking about one of these, one of my favorite board games soon on my channel. But you see, I've got a problem with board games. The problem is this demonic device, which was not present when I was a teenager, and now everyone seems to be completely addicted to this. Even while I really need to get it out of my system. So that's it. We are playing a board game, 6 people. It's my turn. You know, I'm doing my turn, and 3 out of the other 5 players are looking at their phones. So when it's their turn, this is their reaction. What happened? What am I supposed to do? To me, that's worth the gallows. This is a new phenomenon. It never happened before. We were playing Risk, we played Risk. We were playing Monopoly, we played Monopoly. We were playing Dungeons and Dragons, we played Dungeons and Dragons. But no, now they have to play, and I've actually started studying them also because I'm a teacher, so I see my students, you know, they're teenagers. And I'm trying to understand what are they doing, because most of the times you're thinking, well, maybe he's flirting with a girl, or maybe he's talking with his girlfriend. I can understand, you know, there is the whole reproductive power of hormones. But no, because when we played the last board game session with FIF France 1429, I'll talk soon on that on my channel, there were both boyfriend and girlfriend around the same table. So either they're both cheating on each other, flirting with another person, or they're not using it for communication. So I actually started spying them. You know, I need to understand it. Let me know if that happens to you as well. And what you do, if you think a gallows is the best option, or maybe shooting, I don't know. And I notice what they do. They move. That's what they do. They move, they do this, they push Google, and they do nothing. They're just moving, they look at pictures. What's wrong with this generation? Why can't they just focus? So now I've decided to implement a new rule for my board game sessions. It's mobile phone collection. If you win the game, you'll get the phone back. Now you're focusing, are you? Okay, so these were the 3 things I wanted to talk about today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content from the Metatron. My next video is going to be historical, and I hope you're going to like it. And then I'll continue with some more linguistic stuff, and also I would like to introduce this game Thief 1429 to you as a community, because I think it's a really good board game. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, the Metatron has spread his wings. Goodbye.